Hi, I'm Paula and I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to brush your hair before you wash your crown fusion, and if you have extensions. You want to brush your hair before you wash it, so you would want to start from the top part. Just brush it like this with a wet brush. As you get to the roots, you want to use a baby brush. Brush the top part. Make sure all knots and tangles are out. If you are wearing tracks, after you brush the top, you want to pin this up. And you want to use a clip like this. This is pretty thin right here, so it's not going to rip through the crown fusion. You want it to go on really smooth, no pulling. Hold that up. And now you brush the hair underneath. Start from the ends and work your way up. The root area, you just want to put your brush, angle it up towards the ceiling, and then push it down. Brush it down. You can also use your fingers on the root area. I like to use my nails because I can feel what's happening, and I'm not going to agitate the track, especially when it's growing out. It'll be exposed. You don't want to touch that at all. If you're wearing another row, then you pin the next row up. You get the next track, and then you just get a separate clip and you add that on another clip. Just make sure when you put the clip, it's not going through the crown fusion ripping. This one's going right through here, so I'm not touching the crown fusion. This was the only one that touched the crown. So this clip is an alligator clip. It holds a little more hair. That's why I use this. If you combine them, it's gonna slip off. But if you use an alligator clip up here, it's gonna rip through the crown. So that's why I want you to use this. It's skinnier and it goes in smoother. It doesn't hold up that much hair though. This one holds up more hair, and you can just do that. Brush starting from the ends, and you work your way up to the root, and then bend the brush down. Brush face up towards the ceiling, down, and bend to detangle, just like that. If you have another row, you do the same thing, just repeat it. So if you have another row, you just clip that up. If you can combine it with this, go ahead. If not, use another clip. Our hair is short, so it's slippery. So these alligator clips work really good on holding the hair up, just like that. Now, if you don't have tangles, you don't have to brush all the way up here, but if you do have a tangle, I would brush it before you shower. Sometimes you can just brush it all at once, you're fine, and sometimes you have to do one row at a time. It just depends. If you've been brushing every day, one row at a time, then it's detangled. You really don't have to brush it before you wash it. The way to find out if you have tangles, you just run your fingers through your hair, and if there's a tangle, that means you have a tangle, so you have to detangle them. These do have a 4-inch overlay, so that's why this is really important to brush the root area out before you wash it, so it doesn't bunch up. Because it has a 4-inch overlay, it can tangle easily if you don't take care of it correctly. If you do this, look, all these tangles. So if you have any of this has to be brushed out before you wash it 100%. And this brush is so soft, sometimes it doesn't get it out all the way. You can use your fingers. And then the root area where the mesh is, then you can use a soft brush. That's why this doesn't damage your hair. It's very soft, so it doesn't detangle that good, but it's good to brush the root area. So after you brush your hair before you wash, now I'm going to show you how to wash your hair with shampoo and conditioner and how to brush it while you're washing it. You want to wet the crown fusion this way. Make sure you get it all over. If you have a shower head, it's going to be different. It's going to be like this, but you never want to tilt your head back to wash this. You never want to do it from here. You want to keep this down like this because you don't want to be causing any pooling when you wash it. So just down like this. Make sure you get it really saturated. A little bit of warm water to take all the product out. You're going to have a product buildup if you don't. So just wet it really good. I'm going to use a color applicator, but you can use like a plastic water bottle. Fill it up about this much. And now I'm going to put a little bit of shampoo in there, about 1 tablespoon of shampoo. I'm going to use a botanical shampoo right here. So we're going to do 2 washes, which is about a tablespoon. Close that up, and then you just want to shake it to lather. I like to open it up because this takes so long to apply, so I'll just open that up. So if you wash your hair once a week, you want to wash it 2 to 3 times. I'm going to wash hers twice. If you wash it every day, you just want to wash it once. If you do 2 days, once is probably fine, but if you go 3 days, you want to wash it 3 times, which is shampoo, rinse, and repeat. So hers, I'm going to wash twice. I'm going to pour half the shampoo up here, pour it all over. It just distributes the shampoo so much easier when you dilute your shampoo. Instead of putting shampoo on the palm of your hands, putting it in one blob and it's here and then you're trying to spread it, it's much harder that way. So the way you want to wash this, put your fingers on your scalp and do slow movement. You don't want to do one of these things because then you're going to damage the making of this. It's all made by hand and it's really delicate. So you just want to be careful when you're washing. You just lift and scrub, lift and scrub, like that. Where the mesh part is, you don't want to scrub that hard. You just want to do this. There's a mesh part right here because this is a center part. So you just want to do that here, and everywhere else where there's holes, you just lift and rub. So you can grab a tail comb and stick it wherever there's an opening, and you can scrub your scalp this way too. Just move it around and scrub. Just make sure not to get anywhere along the track, but just the middle area like this. And you always want to wash it downwards like this. You don't want to, when you wash your hair, you just want to squeeze it and wash it downwards. You don't want to do one of these at all. So everything is like this and then downwards like this. This area, you just want to squeeze this area to make the shampoo set and clean it. You never want to rub it. So everything is squeeze, 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 like this. The first shampoo is probably not going to set and you're going to feel like it's not doing anything, but it is. When you do the second shampoo, it's really going to set and get clean. So that's why I always recommend 2 unless you wash it every day, like this. And then if you have a row, you can put your finger and scrub in between the row. Once the rows grow out a little bit, like 2 or 3 weeks, then you can move them up and down to scrub your scalp. It's really important to scrub your scalp to keep it healthy. So you just move it up and down like this in about 2 to 3 weeks. Meanwhile, again, you just use your fingers to scrub in between the scalp. If you have a strong shower head, like if you have one of these handheld shower heads, if it's really strong, too much pressure with the water, you gotta turn it down because the pressure of the water can undo the tracks. So you gotta be really careful with that. This is not that much pressure at all, so this is perfect. You can do one of these. And everything is downward motion, like this when you're rinsing. Rinse in between the tracks, like that. And now I'm gonna shampoo and repeat one more time. And now I'm gonna use the rest of this. See, now it's really gonna set. This is the second shampoo. You can really see the setting. And just like the first shampoo, scrub in between the scalp. Then you just move it up and down once it's grown out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And once again, really important not to put your head back like this and wash this way. Everything has to be downwards. So if this doesn't set, you can repeat one more time. That's when you know you're gonna wash it a 3rd time. And if you feel like this hasn't set that much and this did, just add a little more shampoo on here. And now that we've rinsed it, we're gonna condition now. With conditioner, you do wanna get most of the water out. With shampoo, you don't have to squeeze the water out. You need the water, but conditioner, just squeeze the water out. It's really important how you apply the conditioner. You're not supposed to get it on the scalp part or where the tracks are. You wanna put about this much conditioner for that amount of hair. So you wanna condition ponytail down. Applying it like this. And then the top part, you just wanna graze the top part. You don't want to put conditioner along the tracks of the hair. And then you just want to start on the ends. So you can tilt your head and brush it this way because you're not brushing the root part of it. Because this part can get tangled and you want to get that out. So I would, it's more one of these things like that. It's hard to demonstrate on the doll head, but you're doing one of these things. You're not really brushing the root part of this, but you are detangling the hair itself. So don't do this when you're brushing it because you're gonna damage the mesh. You wanna do this, you brush it away, you're not touching the mesh part. Just like that. So then you do that, detangle it. That's why it's important to detangle before you brush because it's too much to detangle the rows in the shower. So if you do it before you go in, you don't really have to get through in here with the conditioner on. So now you wanna let the conditioner sit for a little bit. So you can clip the hair up. You can do whatever clip works for you. This is a butterfly clip. As long as you're not like getting it caught in the extensions, you can do one of those. If you only have a cramp fusion, this is the wrong clip to use. And you don't have extensions, you can use, it's skinny on the, it's a metal, and it goes right through very gently. And then you could do this for this part, or the alligator clip. And now you can shower, shave, whatever you want, and just let the conditioner sit for as long as you want. I recommend 5 to 10 minutes or longer for deep conditioning treatments, or even regular conditioner. And then when you're ready to rinse, just take the clips off and always rinse again in a downward motion like this. To dry your hair, never flip your head over. You just want to put it on top of your head and just towel blot it like this. And then another tip where you can do to leave the towel on your head in case you want the water to absorb into the towel. You can just twist this, get an alligator clip, pin that up, and then now you can put your towel over and do one of these things. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow us online or visit us at glamrelax.com. Goodbye.